confusion tonight over who fired first, what the new video reveals. The chemical weapon at the airport. Authorities now believe it was a VX nerve agent, the deadliest in the world, used to kill Kim Jong-un's brother. How did two young women pull this off? The video here, and one of them violently ill moments after. The deadly storms in this country hitting right now millions in the path, from the Midwest to the Northeast. Blizzard conditions just as the weekend begins. President Trump taking aim at the FBI tonight, saying the FBI is totally unable to stop the national security leakers, adding they can't even find them within the FBI itself. And the Amber Alert across 6 states and the race to find a 6-year-old girl 300 miles away.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Friday night. And we begin with a deadly police shooting. 2 officers shot and wounded. The suspect shot and killed. And tonight there is video of the harrowing scene as it unfolded. Police struggling with an armed suspect. 1 officer seen falling to the ground. Authorities are still trying to figure out if the officers were shot by the suspect or if there was friendly fire. ABC senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is on the scene tonight in Washington.
Disturbing video shows police swarming over the suspect at the end of a dramatic foot chase as shots ring out. It's not clear what triggered the gunfire or who shot first, since the officers are in such close quarters struggling with the suspect. But 4 shots can clearly be heard on the video, at least one apparently striking this officer, who can be seen falling forward to the ground. Both officers were wounded. The suspect later died of his wounds at a D.C. hospital. Police say they recovered a handgun and are investigating whether the suspect fired his weapon and is responsible for wounding the officers. They're also investigating the possibility of friendly fire.
We recovered a weapon from the suspect, and we do believe that weapon was fired. And we also believe that one of the officers fired their weapon.
So at this point, unclear who shot first.
It's absolutely, it's unclear.
Both officers will survive their wounds, but the encounter shows the daily dangers officers increasingly face. In 2016, 64 officers were killed by gunfire, up 56% compared to the previous year. 21 of those officers were killed by ambush, a 163% spike over 2015. Much of the violence against police now caught on tape.
We have young offenders and old with ready access to weapons and what appears to be an increased willingness to use them.
Is it your feeling that suspects are much more willing to combat police?
If you look at the national trend, it appears that way.
And Pierre Thomas with us live tonight from the Washington, D.C. neighborhood where this unfolded. And Pierre, the officers we know had body cams. Will the recordings be released?
David, police are reviewing the body cam video, and the mayor will decide on whether to release it. Tonight, authorities stress that the video seen online only shows one angle, so the public should not draw any conclusions. David?
Pierre Thomas on the scene for us tonight. Pierre, thank you. Tonight, we are learning more about the chemical agent used in the middle of a busy airport. Authorities now believe the world's deadliest toxin was used to kill Kim Jong-un's half-brother. It happened as passengers were seated and walking nearby. Investigators say this surveillance shows 2 women using that VX nerve agent, rubbing it on the man's face. The VX nerve agent is colorless, odorless, and authorities say one of the women became violently ill herself moments after. Here's our chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran, taking us step-by-step tonight through that surveillance.
The bizarre assassination at Kuala Lumpur's busy airport now classified as a terrifying weapon of mass destruction attack after Malaysia's police chief revealed today the stunning toxicology result.
It is the VX nerve agent, which is a chemical weapon.
It's one of the most lethal creations that man has ever come up with.
VX is odorless and tasteless. A tiny amount will trigger uncontrollable muscle contractions, causing first confusion, drowsiness, and nausea before leading to death or paralysis. And it killed Kim Jong-nam, half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, in minutes. Just after he saunters into the airport, a woman lunges at him from behind, rubs his face for an instant, and moves quickly away. Another woman was also involved. Kim immediately reports to airport authorities, gestures to his face, and soon collapses. Experts say the assassins were risking their own lives by handling the VX so openly.
They sort of held a rag over his face and sort of rubbed it in. That individual is putting themselves massively in harm's way.
Both women survived, though one was vomiting after the attack. The airport now being decontaminated. VX can last for days. The brazen assassination, the latest in Kim Jong-un's bloody reign, taking out his estranged half-brother, a possible rival. And his regime estimated to have up to 5,000 tons of chemical weapons.
And Terry Moran with us live from London tonight. And Terry, now that investigators know what killed this man, will they be able to trace the source of those chemical weapons?
There's a very good chance of that, David. Teams of chemical weapons specialists from around the world will now take a look at the swabs taken from Kim Jong-nam's eyes and face, and they'll look at that chemical fingerprint, an intelligence goldmine. They'll see how it was made. They may get a chance to see where it came from. This may be a real window on the North Korean capabilities. David?
All right, our chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran, tonight. Terry, thank you. Back here at home, and severe storms hitting at this hour just as millions drive home, and this system moving from the Midwest to the Northeast in the coming hours. Drivers facing blinding snow, trucks jackknifing off of Interstate 90 near Austin, Minnesota. More than a foot of snow on some highways. Weather alerts up tonight from Iowa all the way to the East Coast. ABC's Alex Perez from Indiana.
Tonight, treacherous driving in the Midwest, whiteout conditions on the move heading east. In southern Minnesota, tractor trailers overturning. People pushing cars. Authorities urging residents to stay off the roads.
Today would be a good day just to stay home, and if you do travel, make sure you plan ahead.
More than a foot of snow now on the ground in Rochester. This as nearly 30 million are at risk for damaging winds and tornadoes. Up to quarter-sized hail already in Indiana. All from a system that claimed at least 4 lives in separate crashes in Utah. And in Idaho, this chain reaction crash involving 2 school buses on a snow-covered road. Nearly 60 fifth graders on board, 1 student taken to the hospital.
And David, here in Indiana and parts of the Ohio Valley, they are bracing for a long night of powerful storms and even the possibility of tornadoes. David?
Alex, thank you. So let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano with the track of this tonight. He joins us live. Hey, Rob.
Hi, David. This storm is bumping into some big-time record heat, in some cases, all-time February record. So a volatile situation, and the radar is popping. Check it out. Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, very rare to get thunderstorms this far north, so it could get rough. And meanwhile, the backside of this blizzard still ongoing. Des Moines, I-35, just a mess. The snow will wind down tonight. Snow showers in Chicago after your record heat. But look at the rain and thunder along I-95 tomorrow. Maybe some flooding where the snow is going to be melting up north. That cold front does come through, and it does get cold. Temperatures will feel like the teens again come Sunday, so I hope folks in the east enjoyed today's warmth.
All right,
David.
Tracking it through the weekend, Rob, our thanks to you. Next tonight, President Trump taking aim at the FBI, telling the intelligence agency it can't even find the leakers within the FBI itself, amid new questions about what the White House asked for from the FBI involving investigations into possible contact with the Russians. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Today, President Trump basked in the glow of a friendly crowd.
I love this place. Love you people.
And he slammed his own top law enforcement agency for failing to stop what he called illegal leaks. They can't even find the leakers within the FBI itself, the president tweeted. Classified information is being given to media that could have a devastating effect on U.S. Find now. President is especially outraged at a New York Times story quoting unnamed U.S. officials alleging repeated contacts between the Trump campaign and Russian intelligence. Over the weekend, Chief of Staff Reince Priebus said the story was nonsense.
I know what they were told by the FBI because I've talked to the FBI. I know what they're saying.
Now the president is furious about new reports. Priebus pressured the FBI to knock the story down. Such pressure could violate long-standing policy prohibiting White House interference in ongoing investigations.
I'm against the people that make up stories and make up sources. They shouldn't be allowed to use sources unless they use somebody's name.
But ironically, the White House itself today organized a briefing for reporters on the story and insisted that officials be quoted anonymously. One top White House official at the briefing, who insisted his name not be used, said there was no pressure on the FBI. In fact, the official said FBI Director James Comey dismissed the New York Times report into the Russian connection as, quote, total garbage. Director Comey was at the White House just last month. praised by the president.
He's become more famous than me.
But when Chief of Staff Priebus asked Comey if the FBI would publicly dispute the New York Times story, the FBI director said he could not do that. None of this seemed to matter to the crowd at CPAC, the largest annual gathering of conservative activists in the country. Trump skipped it last year. This year, a triumphant return.
How is this CPAC different from previous CPACs?
I mean, just the buzz and excitement, and we're winning. We're in the White House. I mean, it's just exciting.
This hasn't always been exactly Trump's crowd, but it sure was today.
The core conviction of our movement is that we are a nation that put and will put its own citizens first.
And John Carl with us live from the White House tonight. And John, we understand there was a press briefing today, but only some news organizations were allowed in. Why some, not others?
David, some of the largest news organizations in the country, including the New York Times and CNN, reporters who covered this building every day were denied access to that briefing, while smaller conservative outlets were allowed in. It's highly unusual to have a regularly scheduled daily press briefing and exclude major news organizations, or really any of the news organizations that cover this building every day. But what the White House said is that they wanted to do a smaller, more intimate briefing because the president was giving a major speech today. This briefing, by the way, was held in Sean Spicer's office, smaller area.
All right, John Carl, the White House tonight. John, thanks. Tonight, Hillary Clinton returning with a message to the 66 million who voted for her. The DNC, on the eve of picking a new party chair, releasing the new video of Clinton, who the nation watched attend President Trump's inauguration, keeping her promise to attend. Tonight, here's a clip of what she said to those who've been marching and lining up at town halls.
Being your candidate was the honor of a lifetime. Nearly 66 million votes are fueling grassroots energy and activism. And everywhere, people are marching, protesting, tweeting, speaking out, and working for an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted. So keep fighting and keep the faith. And I'll be right there with you every step of the way.
Hillary Clinton in a new video posted today. The DNC votes on a new party chair tomorrow. We move on. Next tonight, the deadly shooting near Kansas City, raising concerns about rising attacks against immigrants in the U.S. The suspected gunman allegedly targeting 2 Indian engineers inside a crowded sports bar, killing one, wounding the other. Witnesses reportedly hearing him yell, "Get out of my country." Tonight, we're hearing from a third customer, a witness, wounded, trying to stop the gunman. Here's ABC's Lindsay Janis.
Tonight, new details on the deadly shooting at this Kansas sports bar, now being investigated as a possible hate crime.
I've got 2 down with gunshot wounds to the chest. I've got a third with a wound to the hip.
An eyewitness says just before 7:15 Wednesday night, Adam Purinton harassed 2 men, reportedly shouting, "Get out of my country," before allegedly opening fire. Police arresting him 80 miles away. 2 of the victims, immigrants from India. Srinivas Kachibatla died of his injuries, and Aluk Madasani is recovering tonight.
Thought I heard 9 shots, and I guess I miscounted.
Ian Grillett leapt into action and was shot after he thought the gunman ran out of bullets.
I was just doing what anyone should have done for another human being. It's not about where he's from or his ethnicity. We're all humans.
David, the widow of the man who was killed, saying tonight she was worried about shootings in this country. But she says her husband said good things happen in America. David?
Lindsay, thank you. And there is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Friday. The Amber Alert across 6 states today. A 6-year-old girl taken, the urgent effort to get to her 300 miles away, and the developments as they came in this afternoon. The teacher who vanished more than a decade ago, and tonight a former student at that school, now facing murder charges. And America Strong tonight. We needed this after a long week. The dog finally free after 15 years chained. A new owner tonight. Look at the smile and what she's now giving to that dog.
Hi, I'm Paul, and I switched to Sprint. And right now, Sprint has this incredible deal on unlimited data, talk, and text.
Seriously?
Yup, it's the best unlimited plan ever, with lines for just $22.50 per month.
That's amazing.
That's 50% off Verizon's new unlimited plan. Can you hear that?
Switch to Sprint and get unlimited data, talk, and text. Plus, get HD video and 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. All for just $22.50 per month per line for 4 lines. That's 50% off Verizon and AT&T rates.
Hey, team, I know we're tight on time, but I really need a sick day tomorrow.
Moms don't take sick days. Moms take NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to stop break-ins than anyone else. Because when you focus on one thing for 140 years, you do it right. ADT, always there.
Your body was made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist